As we all definitely know at this point, over 3 years ago, EA announced they will not continue supporting Battlefront 2. This was honestly quite a shock for some people, because back then the game was definitely alive and well, with millions of active players around the world. And honestly, it's still really active, especially for the state that it's in. Some people expected them to announce Battlefront 3 soon after, but well, we all know how that went. They didn't. So it leaves us in a weird state we're in, where Fortnite is creating multiplayer Star Wars content, but EA isn't. This poses a question. Is Battlefront 3 ever happening? Now, the short answer is unless something drastic changes about EA's approach to making games, we're never getting a Battlefront 3 from EA. But we're also not getting any major updates for Battlefront 2. But don't click off yet, because there is a lot more to unpack, and it's just not as simple as this. If you haven't heard already, EA's exclusive license for making Star Wars games that lasted 10 years has just expired a couple of days ago. This is honestly one of the biggest and most significant events in the history of Star Wars games. Everyone is always talking about the golden era of Star Wars games in the 2000s with KOTOR, Force Unleashed, and many other great games. And it's very likely that now that the IP has opened up, we're on course for another one. We've seen countless times that players are insanely hungry for a Battlefront style game, or honestly, any other multiplayer Star Wars game. Knowing that any company can now create Star Wars games, it's a matter of, in my opinion, at most months until we get a Battlefront 3 type of game announcement, and we'll probably get it sooner. It might take a lot of time to create, but seeing that it's been 6 years since the release of Battlefront 2 and 3 since its abandonment, it's fair to say that the players will gladly wait for a decent sequel to Battlefront 2 as long as they know that it's coming. I know this has been said countless times, but the decision to drop support for an active multiplayer game with millions of dedicated fans is just beyond the reach of my understanding. Let's be honest, EA's reputation has never been too good. Even the game they ultimately decided to drop Battlefront for, Battlefield 2042, has been received very poorly at launch and is still trying to recover its reputation to this day. Seeing how hungry Star Wars fans are for honestly any type of content when it comes to games, which was confirmed by a lot of people actually buying the Fortnite Star Wars Battle Pass, even though they haven't really played Fortnite before. It's just mind boggling that EA wouldn't even consider reviving Battlefront 2 with a new monetization system that would benefit them but also the player base, or at least adding new skins that people would very gladly buy. Instead, EA just continues to ignore the huge demand for online Star Wars FPS games, which I honestly just don't understand and probably never will. So I guess what I want to say is keep your morals high, because a lot of new players have entered the game. And if everything goes right, we'll be playing a Battlefront 3 equivalent in no time, which for Star Wars games probably means like a couple of years. Yeah, not the best, but I guess we're still in a much better position than we were just a couple of days ago, so I guess that's something. Now listen, I have one favor to ask you. I know you probably have no idea who I am and frankly don't care for me, but if you want to do something nice, subscribe. I don't really care for numbers, but I'd like to hit 1000 subscribers to apply for monetization. It would just help me immensely to create the content I'd love to create. And hell, I'll personally thank every one of you if you comment that you did. Of course, you don't have to. Thank you for watching anyway. I wish you the existence of Battlefront 3. Have a great day. Goodbye.